Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we're back with another slime video, another Jubilee video, which is very uncommon. But we had a massive jump in score from our boss battle one, or not boss battle, but normal battle one. So I figured I would share it with you all to help you score a little bit higher. But do keep in mind that this is quite a whaley strategy, so it's gonna take a few units. So this really only applies to people that have the new meta plus some. So as you can see, I think last time we did this I was at like 50k, and now I'm at, or maybe I was at 55k or something around there, but now I'm at 70,000, so quite a jump, because there is a damage cap on all three of these stages, right? It's all 1 million damage, so if you can do 1 million damage, then you'll definitely hit that, and that's why I'm still rank 15 on normal 2, because I haven't been able to hit 1 million, and I'm really tired of doing Jubilee, so I think I'm just going to leave it there. But I do have the gameplay for you for at least normal battle 1. So let's go ahead and pop this up right here. So we're starting the battle with Violet, EX Rimuru, and Dark Valentine, with the new EX guy and EX Earth Rimuru in the back. They are going to be our two nukers. We're going to do 2 single target ults with them. So turn 1, EX Rimuru is going to do his orb change, and we're just going to send it all on one person and leave them alive. EX Lumi is here literally just for her trait. We don't use her alt buff at all, but it's better than bringing the Light Rimuru, because Light Rimuru will get that damage buff from Velzard, because we are using Velzard as our protector, and Lumi with her trait gives us 2 full gauges of Velzard on turn 2. So now we're going to try and use as little orbs as possible for Guy and Earth Rimuru, because they do a lot of damage. I'll show you at the end of the video, but we took all the weapons off everybody. I personally took the weapons off Guy and Rimuru and their supports, so they're just freeballing right now. So this turn we kind of get unlucky here, because normally I'd like to send a whole bunch of orbs, but oh well. We do just send these 5, and we do Guy first on the one guy who's almost dead, so he dies but doesn't do anything else to anybody else. Rimuru comes in, and then we send the rest. We're really trying hard to spread damage. On turn 4, the knight on the right, he gets massive defense, and so you end up doing like 1 damage to him, unless it's Guy and Rimuru who have been getting the attack stacks. So you really want to keep him alive the most, that way he can tank on turn 4. But right now we're on turn 3, and I've had a lot of trouble doing this, because I generally end up killing the second guy on turn 3, which is not what you want, because you want both people alive so you can nuke both of them. But the goal of this is to have enough points to use all 3 of the buffs, the 80-point buffs from Rimuru, Guy, and Violet, to help you do 500,000 damage with your 2 single targets. I mean, if you have less dupes, you certainly can use maybe 1 or 2 stacks of Valentine if you get lucky and you don't have to orb change too much. But right here I'm pausing, because I'm trying to plan out where I'm going to send this, because obviously Violet's going to do a lot of damage, Rimuru's going to do some damage, and Valentine, because she's magic, they don't have magic resistance, so she's going to do neutral damage, but more than I would like. So we really have to plan out what we need to do here. But this took a decent amount of tries, and I would say probably like an hour and a half worth of straight attempts. Alright, so here we go. I fast forwarded a little bit. Alright, so we left that guy really, really low health, and we've left this guy at about a third, but now that guy gets like 200% defense. So, this is turn 4. This is a big turn here, because I need to get the Guy and Rimuru ults. So I need to use Rimuru's alt buff skill on this turn, because we've stacked up enough to where it will give us an alt. We don't need an EX ult if your units are powerful enough to do 500k each. So we eliminate that kind of RNG because there's not really too much difference. But we do have to make sure to get both of their alts. So here, because of Rimuru's skill set, we can yoink that orb from EX Rimuru and swap that into a full hand of blue. So here's the final 2 stacks to get us over the damage, or to the cap of 260, which we only need 240, but we do need those stacks to get there. So we're going to swap that, we're going to use the orb change, we're going to use the alt gauge buff to get us to the ult for both of them, and then we're going to send literally everything on the super tanky boy and pray that he doesn't die, because Guy and Rimuru are still going to do damage. 2,000, 1,000, but then, you know, EX other Rimuru's doing 1. So it's really important to leave him alive like this. And so now we are at 260 points. Both Guy and Rimuru have an ult, and we have 1 more stack of Velzard, and we have enough to use everything. So we're going to use the physical buff from Rimuru. We're going to bring Violet in for her debuff and crit damage buff, and then we're going to use the alt buff and crit rate from Guy and that final stack, and that will do damage cap. You know, obviously my Guy is 120, so we do get that extra 20% alt damage on him. So that's why I took his weapon off, because we didn't need it, and he is way too strong at 120 even without supports. So Guy does 568 and Rimuru does 482. So Rimuru doesn't quite hit 500, but you know, math, that makes a million. So here is the final score right here. So 1.1 million damage. You see it's maxed out at 41,000 with a 0.041 multiplier, so 1 million is the cap. So the only thing holding you back is turn bonus and your damage received score, which you've been going for 5 turns, so it's going to be a little high. And you're not going to get maximum turn bonus anyways, because you're going to turn 5, and max turn bonus is turn 3. So let's go ahead, I'll show you the team again, not that team. Here is the team I ran. So Velzard, the stats are a little off because they have gear on from other runs, but Rimuru, no one has the same type of support underneath them. It's just the protection gauge trio doing as little damage as possible, and then Guy and Rimuru back here don't have supports. They didn't have weapons on at the time, and that's just to ensure that they are not powerful enough to accidentally kill another one of the soldiers before we get to the nuke turn. So that is the new run. We yoinked that from a JP strategy on YouTube. I'll put a link to the video in the description of the original strategy. I think he has videos for all 3 of the normal battles, and I've been attempting to replicate normal 2, but you need a lot of RNG for that. A lot of RNG, because you're going for an EX ult with Valentine with essentially the same strategy of going to turn 5 and doing the 3 big time buffs, and so his Valentine is 120 and can do 500,000 on each bat. 1, mine can't do that because she's not 120, and 2, I'm tired of Jubilee. So, but hopefully you can use this. You can go to that other person's channel and figure out if you can actually work that or not. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.